Tonight, we're going to be talking about Joe Fixit and the return of Peter David to comic books. Darcy from the MCU is now joining the Marvel comic universe, and that Eminem book just doesn't want to go away. We'll see you later at Izzy's Pull List. Excelsior.
Where am I? What's going on, everybody? It's me, Izzy, and with me, as always, is my good pal, Josh. What's going on, Josh?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, indeed. How was your New Year?
It was great. It was great. I'm just really excited for this year. I'm wishing everyone near mint on all their comics. Everything gets delivered on time, and all the story and art is great for 2023.
There you go. So that's really generous of you. And here we got our boy Nate, who's getting ready to do his show a little later. But Nate was with us on Thursday. What happened to you on Thursday at the end of the award show?
I mean, what happened to StreamYard? That's all I can say. Nothing wrong with me.
And the best part is when you were talking, it's like, this is what I got to say, and you just went.
So to me that's got to be censorship. There was my FBI agent was like, nope.
Yeah. I feel you. All right, man, we got a lot to talk about. So, we're going to take a look at today's live stream, and if we get enough people to watch the show, we'll do some giveaways. I got
free stuff.
I'll do some giveaways. We got to get people to watch the live stream, though, because if there's no one watching the live stream, why are you going to do a giveaway? Right? But it's kind of unannounced giveaway. So this is the fun part about doing these shows. When you do a nice little giveaway here and there, you can make it unannounced and see who actually shows up. But for today, we're gonna do our show. We got a lot to talk about this week. As you saw by the opening reel, we're gonna be talking a little bit about Eminem. Yet still. But Joe Fixit. Yeah, I'm happy about that one. Joe Fixit is actually one of my personal favorites. I love Joe Fixit. So we'll talk a little bit about Joe Fixit. We'll talk a little bit about Darcy coming in from the MCU now to go to part of the comic book world. It's about time, right? It's definitely about time that Darcy finally makes it in the comic book landscape. We have Coulson in, and why not get Darcy now? Who's left? I forgot the police investigator, right, from Ant-Man that he's with Darcy. I can't remember his name. He's left, right? Or he's already in the comics. I'm not even sure.
I don't think he's in the comics yet, but he would be a great addition. And his Netflix show just got canceled, so I hear he's available.
Yeah, everybody's Netflix show gets canceled. What are you talking about?
Doesn't take much.
Doesn't take much to cancel a Netflix show. You could be really good and you still get your show canceled. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the show. But before we get started, I just want to let everybody know that we got a Whatnot stream coming up, man. You got your Whatnot coming up, Josh?
Yep, I did a little pop-up over the weekend, but the next scheduled show is tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Be there and scan that QR code.
Yeah, you scan on this QR code, you get a $15 credit, and you can buy any one of Josh's books that he's been trying to get rid of to buy a house. So that's the purpose behind that. But use the QR code, and we will see you there at that show. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and let's get started with our trending books for this week. So with that said, how do you like that?
Smooth.
You got that little gold stuff, the what's new, what's hot book. So we got a lot of stuff. I see we got a few comments coming in. Look at that. Nate Haggard's Horribles here, right? Does Josh has Bionicle? Do you?
I don't have any Bionicle comics. I did at one point in my life, but not anymore.
All right. So there you have it. Well, guys, if you stick around for a little longer, we are going to be doing a giveaway. So we gotta get, my goal is 10 people. If we get 10 people, we'll do the giveaway. What do you think, Josh?
That's very generous of you.
That's very generous, right? We'll do a giveaway. I got the book. It's a variant. It's definitely a book worth it. It's actually a book that we're gonna cover today at some point. So, all right, let's take a look at the trending 20 of the trendy 20 from Key Collector. So those are the books that Key Collector has been marking. They've been getting some sales. Among them, you got Fantastic 244, the first appearance of Frankie Ray. Right, Frankie Ray, man, that's actually a fun character. I love. She's the second Nova, and she actually becomes a hero of Galactus. Hey, what's going on, Anthony? How you doing? All right, Anthony's been trying to get some Whatnots to try to buy something from Whatnot, so go check him out. All right, so that one's there. The first appearance of Frankie Ray. DC Comics Presents 26. This is the first appearance of the new Teen Titans. A lot of people don't know where they first appear. Everybody thought they first appeared in New Teen Titans comics. But this is where we actually get Raven, Cyborg, Starboy, and Beast Boy actually changes his name and becomes channeling in that book. So that's a important book. A book that didn't come out that long ago, back in September, was Edge of Spider-Verse issue 4. This features the first appearance of numerous spider characters. The most notably was the Spider Princess. All right, Spintress, which you couldn't come up with a better name, could you?
It's got spin in it.
It got spin, right? All right, it's not Spiderella. You couldn't, if you're gonna go spin, if you're gonna go with a character.
I think if you look through Dynamite's catalog, Spinnerella's in there somewhere.
Spinnerella. Well, Spinnerella sounds like an actual name. All right, so you got that one. You got the first appearance of Bishop Octopus and Queen Mysteria. So that's also part of it. First appearance of Sun Spider, the disabled hero. A lot of people have been talking about that character simply because that character may appear in Spider-Verse. What do you think are the odds that character might appear?
No odds, no bets. It's going to be 100%.
Oh, so you're actually banking on it.
I wouldn't say I'm banking on it because I don't have this book, but it's going to happen.
Well, I do. Another key book that came out that's in the hot trending 20 is Iron Man Submariner issue number 1. It's a standalone issue. That's pretty much what it is. It's been hot for a while. Another book is the Star Wars canon. It is Kana. That's how you say it? You're the Star Wars guy.
Kanan. Just Kanan.
Kanan. All right. The Last Padawan, issue 6. We're going to actually see issue 1 in this list as well. But there's some hype behind this book. Do you know what the reasoning be?
So the only reason that I know of is speculation around the new Ahsoka show. So we have reason to believe Ezra is going to be in it. So Kanan, probably as a Force ghost, might be in it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we might see some characters, and that's why these books are demanding money. Like this book on high is $135. That's what's the high bid is right now for this book. So it's a pretty big deal. Another book that's on this list is Hulk issue number 6, the first full appearance of the Titan Hulk persona. Now, with that being said, if we get to I said 10, right? 10 viewers?
You said 10.
If I get 10 viewers to come in, we're going to do a giveaway. And that's the book right here. Look at that. Let me just zoom in for a second here so you guys can see it. I'm giving away this book. This is issue 6. This is a variant edition. of it, of not Incredible Hulk issue 6, which is now one of the trending books. So I have the book here. I have the book, Josh. I have the book, and I'm giving this one away if we get 10 viewers. We got to get 10 viewers.
Everyone tag
Minimum.
your friends, tag your enemies.
Tell your friends to come online, go watch the Izzyverse. If we see 10, we'll do the giveaway. We got to see the 10 guys. All right. Also on this list, came out in July of 1976. That's a fantastic year. We got the first appearance of the Eternals. Jack Kirby goodness. Apparently, there's some demand for the Eternals again. I don't know. The first movie, I was not too thrilled. It's actually one of the weaker Marvel movies. It was all right. Wasn't crazy about that ending. Did you catch that movie?
I did. I liked it a lot. So there you go.
All right. So we have the right to disagree.
Well, we also know for a fact, like, they're not just gonna who's this actor they got? Harry Styles. They didn't get Harry Styles for no reason. We're gonna see more Eternals.
Oh, we got to see some Star Fox. So that's it, man. Right. All right. The next book is The Sentry. This book has always been in this list because it's the first appearance of the Sentry. It's also the first appearance of the Void. It's very hot because there's a lot of rumors that the Sentry or the Void might be coming up in a new MCU project. Most notably, Thunderbolts is the book. And a book that's relatively new to this list, but is now starting to gain some steam, is Amazing Spider-Man issue 14. This is the start of the Dark Web storyline. And it's the first appearance, well, technically first appearance, of Hallows Eve, right? Which is a fun character. I like the character.
This one you can still get for cover price if anyone is still looking for it.
You can probably still pick this up for cover price, but it's only time will tell. Right?
Mm-hmm.
A book that you cannot get for cover price, because it's been around for a while now, is New Teen Titans issue number 2. This is the first appearance of Deathstroke the Terminator. Fun title, fun book. I love it. It's also a cameo appearance of Trigon. First cameo appearance. So it's like a multi-key book, as they call it. So this serves as multi-keys. My best friend has that copy. So he loves his Teen Titans. Most notably, he loves George Perez. So moving on to the other 20 books. Wolverine 75, the hologram book. Do you remember this book? Because I do.
No. Just so everyone knows, I was born in 1989. So any holograms from the 90s, no, I don't remember them.
Well, this is the hologram book. I do own a copy of the hologram book. I do have my copy. This is when Magneto ripped off the adamantium from Wolverine's body. It was very intense. It was brutal. It was rough. And it was awesome. That's all I got to say about that. It was a really cool book. It was and Adam Cooper did the artwork, so he did a phenomenal job with that book. Another book that's on the list here and still on this list of trending 20 books, and that is Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 27, the first appearance of the Hypno Hustler. We talked a little bit about this guy last week, didn't we?
We talked about him quite a bit.
Yeah. So now here's the latest of the Hypno Hustler. It's Donald Glover reported to be cast to play this character in a movie written by none other than Miles Murphy. Now, that last name is very familiar because Miles Murphy happens to be the son of Eddie Murphy.
Oh, really?
So I'm hoping it's a comedy.
I mean, he might be a very serious person. There's no way to.
Hey, who knows, right? But the book right now is demanding $70 online. You might find it for a lot more though. So there's a lot of buzz about Hypno Hustler. This is a dollar bin book. So, and look who's back, Star Wars Kanan, or it's Kana. I keep messing it up. It's Kana, right?
Kanan.
Oh, I was right the first time. Oh, look at me. Kanan. All right, we just talked about this one. This features a lot of cameo appearances, but again, as we mentioned before, there's a lot of hype behind the next Star Wars show that's coming out, Ahsoka, and this book seems to be a big deal for that. Another book that's hot right now, a lot of speculation behind the Nova character. So So Nova #1 that actually came out in September of 1976, which is a fantastic year and month. I'm just throwing that out. It was one of the greatest times in the world, you know? So there's a little hint there, right there. Talking about Izzy Fest, they came out at the very first Izzy Fest, okay? So that's when that book came out. Its first appearance of Richard Rider Nova, of course. Who doesn't love Richard Rider Nova? Okay. Amazing Spider-Man 78, the first appearance of the Prowler, another character played by none other than Donald Glover. If you ever paid attention to the first MCU Spider-Man, which was Homecoming, Donald Glover plays a character. He's actually playing Hobie Brown, who happens to become the Prowler. Why is it's important? Because Hobie Brown happens to be the uncle of another person, that Miles Morales kid. Right? Another Spider-Man. There you have it. All right. Incredible Hulk 234, first appearance of Quasar. I would have never guessed that Quasar was going to be another one of those characters. He's cool and all, but have you ever heard of anyone who says, yo, I got to get me some Quasar?
I think Quasar is exactly the type of character that's going to show up in an upcoming MCU movie. So, no, but not unsurprising to see it on the list.
No, exactly. And then the next couple of books are all new to the list. They're all books that came out last week. So if you had your chance to pick them up, you still might get some time to pick these up while they're still, very easy to find. However, these books are all variant editions. So the first one is Harley Quinn #25. This is the Jenny Frenzon variant edition. It's a cool cover. That's what I got to say about that. I picked up the regular edition. It's a fun little title. The other one's a book that you were really hot to get, and that was Blue Beetle Graduation Day issue 2. This is the 1 in 25 variant. What feature is that Yellow Beetle, which there's some talks about the Yellow Beetle, and there's a possibility that the Yellow Beetle might be in the movie, even though no one really knows for sure. Right. Book of Slaughter #1, the Dan Mora variant is also hot. You can get it for like $15 if you go online. And Burning Man #1, another one of those bad idea books that just keeps coming into the spotlight. So these are your trending 20. Now let's take a look at what's the top 10. Starting with cover price. Right? Oh, God, number 10. You only get one shot to make it to the top 10 list 3 times. Or is it 4 times? Or it's 5 times? 6 times? The book that just doesn't stop, right? Why is this book in the list? Well, I'll tell you why this book is in the list. Amazing Spider-Man #1, the M&M cover. Graded copies have finally been coming out. So the graded copies are coming out, and they are demanding money. So we're talking over 1,000 for these books. Why beats me, but that's why. So do you want to get yourself an M&M book?
Me? No.
No? I want to get an exclusive M&N Spider-Man book. Featured the red and yellow M&Ms with Spider-Man. That's
surely,
what I want.
Surely they've had that at some point.
Yeah, why not? And then tell people I got the first edition of the M&M's book. Why not? Just say. Another book that doesn't seem to leave this list is Omega Men 3, first appearance of Lobo. Again, until we finally see Lobo, this book will probably be in this list for as long as we know. All right. Harley Quinn 25, we talked about it earlier. Also, we got Peter Parker Spider-Man. It's on this list, right? Peter Parker Spider-Man, The Spectacular Spider-Man issue 24, first appearance of Hypno Hustler. There goes that Joker. Right? The Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, issue 3. I think this is the last week we're going to see this book, only because the Holotrain train has left the station.
Yes. New year, new list.
Well, unless people are celebrating the Epiphany, so you might get it one more week. Who knows, right? No, The Man Called Nova, issue #1, again is on this list, is #5. And another book that I think you had on your list last week, right? Peter Parker,
Yes.
Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Double Trouble, issue 2. What's the significance behind this book? Do you know?
So it's interesting because as you're reading it, you probably wouldn't think it's in the 616 universe, and I still don't think it is. But towards the end of the second issue of this series, we see the first appearance of female Mysterio. So is this gonna actually be a recurring character? I have no idea. It could easily be a throwaway. But there's some interesting things going on here. So light spoilers. There's a villain convention in the story. But at some point you realize that it's not only people cosplaying, but like the real villains are there as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's gonna be action packed.
Oh, that sounds fun. All right, Burning Man issue number 1 from Bad Ideas made the list. Another book that I think this might be the last time we see it, and that is World's Finest issue number 10, the Paul McCartney edition. Holiday cheer, holiday you, holiday me. And the number 1 book trending from cover is Thor, God of Thunder, issue 19. Why is this book number 1? It's kind of hard to say. I'm not 100% sure what's the reasoning behind the book being so on. It's the first appearance of Minotaur. I don't know. Yeah.
Minotaur's got to be even, since we're picking on Quasar before, Minotaur's got to be a tier below Quasar.
A tier below Quasar? How about, is it a tier below Hypno Hustler?
Yes, actually.
So there you have it. Those are the cover prices, top 10. Let's go with our last top 10, and that's the hot top 10 list from CBSI. There goes Double Trouble once again, as well as Blue Beetle Graduation Day issue 2.
Yep,
now
I got some notes on Blue Beetle.
Yeah, talk to me.
So this one's a little interesting, especially this variant. So this is a 1 in 25 variant. Something we have to say is that there were no, as far as I know, there were no retailer exclusives that came out for this book. So that's automatic. So the thing that most people may not realize is that if you get that retailer exclusive, if you're a store that gets the retailer exclusive, that counts towards your incentives. So if you're ordering 1,000 books of your own retailer exclusive, you're getting, what is it, like 40 of the 1 in 25s, 10 of the 1 in 100. So we found who's getting the 1 in 100s. And there's none of that here. So unless you're a store who legitimately wanted 25 copies of this number 2 Blue Beetle book, there's really not a lot of copies of these floating around.
Yeah. The book is now demanding about $35 on the aftermarket, second party market. So if you go to eBay, that's what you see. Whatnot, probably like $300. I'm just saying. Just be
but a
$1
$1 start. $1 start.
Exactly. All right. Issue number 8, The Death of Superman, the 30th anniversary, second printing Dan Jurgens variant. Did we really need a second printing of this book?
If it's sold out, they're going to make it.
I don't think it has to sell out to make it these days. But, it is Dan Jurgens, a black and white book. I always like a black and white cover. They do stand out for me, so I'm okay with it. Fantastic Four 244, first appearance of Frankie Ray as Nova. This is not the same Nova from the Nova Corps. This is Nova, who is a hero of Galaxis. Apparently, she's getting some friction. Everybody's talking about her. So there could be a possibility we'll see her soon. Now, we did see her in a movie. A lot of people don't know we've seen her. Do you know what movie we saw her in?
I don't know. I'm guessing. What's the title of that movie? Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Yep,
that's her. Okay. So she was in the movie. She was the love interest of Johnny Storm.
Got it.
Really serious, that girl. Yeah, she looked the part. She looked like Frankie Ray, but she is Frankie Ray, and she was going to play Nova if they decided to continue, which I knew they weren't going to do that, especially since we never got to figure out that Galactus ever got out of the cloud.
What a shame.
It had potential. That's all I got to say. It had potential. The Harley Quinn 25 Jenny Frizen's cover is also here. It's demanding $50 right now. Now, a book that I'm not even sure because this is how they placed it. Game of Thrones and issue various. That's what they put. That's what they put in CBSI. They put various, and this is what they said. Tommy Patterson, a lot of graded sales on the series. Covers, all are either first sales of 9.8. So pretty much they've been selling a lot of Game of Thrones comics or books or whatever. I don't even know. It just happens to be in the list. So go figure. I don't know.
Could be one person.
It could be one person buying a whole bunch of them. Another book that's on this list here, and again, because it has been a lot of people have been getting hyped for the book coming out from Dynamite Comics, and that is Darkwing Duck, the 1991 issue 1 by John Blair Moore. This book is demanding $360 right now.
Is that the number one you said?
Yep, that's the number one.
So
came out 91. Remember that year?
Oh, okay. No. Well, a new number one's coming out soon.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the new one's coming out. So I guess that's why it's demanding this hype. So there is a hype behind it. Okay. Burning Man number 1 from Peter Milligan and Juan Jose Rip is also on the list from Bad Idea Comics. We talked about it quickly. A book we talked about earlier. Well, actually, we talked about it last week. The Keep from 2005, issue number 1 is on the list. Again, it is the second book on this list. Number 2, because there are some hype behind it becoming a movie or a TV series for Amazon, from what I'm hearing. So that's why everybody's talking about The Keep. And the number 1 book by CBSI is a little title called Amazing Spider-Man number 1. The cover is the Eminem book. And again, the reason why this book is hot right now is because the graded books are coming in. And to get a 9.8 might cost you $1,700. You're shaking your head no.
Pass.
Well, the reason why it's demanding so much money is because when they were shipped, originally they were poorly shipped. And because they were poorly shipped, and we're talking about the original. So there's two versions of this one. That you got this version, which is a full color edition, and then you have what they call the Spotlight edition. The Spotlight edition only has Spider-Man and Eminem in color, while everything behind it is in black and white. That book is not selling as much as the color, and the reason being is because of those poor shipments. Those poor shipments made the book in high grade rarer than the Spotlight edition, because when they were sending the Spotlight edition books, even though there was 1,000 copies only, there still were better quality, therefore not as big of a worry for it, as opposed to the other books, which was about 5,000 copies, I think it was. Those books were getting sent out really bad, and there's not a lot of 9.8s for it. So that's the reason why this book is number 1. I'm hoping that next week it's gone from this list. I don't want to talk about it anymore, but it is what it is. So with that said, let's get rid of this list here. Whew. Any books have piqued your interest from that list?
Off of those lists?
Yeah.
No, I'm covered as far as what I was able to get at cover price. I'm not interested in investing on something that's already peaking.
I know, right? So, guys, if you're still watching the show right now, we still got a few people watching the show. We're going to go into the new releases. But before we do that, I just want to let everybody know that we are going to do a giveaway. If we could get 10 viewers, the giveaway is going to be this Hulk issue number 6 variant. I'm going to give this away. If I don't get 10 people today, I'll give it away next week. But I want to give it away this week because next week I'll have something else.
You send it to me.
Look at that. Do I have to send it? Oh, yeah, you send me something, so why not? Let me spend this postage, right, on you, right?
Yeah.
I just only see you every Friday and Sunday.
Yeah. Hand it off like a football.
Hand it out like so. Again, like I said, 10. I need to get 10 viewers to the live stream. If we get 10 viewers to the live stream, then I'm going to give away that book. If not, we'll just leave it for the following week, okay, guys? And we'll make that announcement then. All right. Are you ready for the new titles for this week, Josh?
Let's do it.
Let's do this. And that's right. We got music for it now. We're going to kick things off with Marvel Comics. And this is a light week. And for Marvel, it's no different. It's 17 comics. 17 titles came out for Marvel Comics this week. That's considered light for Marvel because that's just the way it is. What's up, Comics by the Bay? Comics by the Bay, you had a great show this afternoon. I got to see it. And we got another person coming up, Kevin Media. Welcome to the show. All right, Comics by the Bay did win something in the last show. I was watching the show of him. He won something. He won a slab. Well, wow. So you guys, if you just came in, we are going to do a giveaway. We need 10 viewers. You need 10 viewers for the giveaway to begin the giveaway. And then I will give away that Hulk issue 6, first appearance of Titan Hulk. There is a theme behind that, of course, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll talk a little bit more. But again, if you get your 10 viewers, we got 4 watching live right now, and we're going to do that. So what's up, Hakeem? How you doing? That's who Ken Media is. Hakeem, that's an old friend of mine, man. Is that Forster? All right. Let's kick things off with our Marvel titles. Did you see anything in Marvel that piqued your interest, Josh?
So I don't have my list in front of me, but from my memory, we got. Oh, okay. Yes, here it is. So, well, I mean, we'll get to my pull list later, but I think the 2 books from Marvel this week that everyone needs to look at are right front and center. 2 number 1s, Joe Fixit and Scarlet Witch. Exactly.
So let's first start on with Shang-Chi and the Masters of the 10 Rings. They just came out with a Shang-Chi book, right? Not that long, a few months ago, and then now they're renumbering it with a new title.
So this, I believe, is a one-shot from my memory. Okay. So it might be like an interlude. I haven't been following, not sure.
Yeah, because I was looking at it, I was like, why is there a Shang-Chi book when we just had one? It hasn't even hit 10 issues yet. So, okay, that's your number 1 book for Marvel. Joe Fixit, however, is a personal favorite of mine. He is a character that I have always enjoyed. He is the Gray Hulk, written by Peter David, and it's great to see that Peter David is writing this title. So I'm excited just for that, because we just heard a little while back that Peter David was hospitalized. He was very critical. Wasn't really sure he was going to make it, to be completely honest, from what I heard. But I'm hopeful that everything's okay with Peter David. Thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. And we got some Joe Fixit, man. I love Joe Fixit. Any love for Joe Fixit on your side, Josh?
I'm getting this book. Side rants. I need Blue Hulk. We've got the Red Hulk. We got Green Hulk. We got all these other Hulks. No love for Blue Hulk. I need a Blue Hulk book. But yes, I'm going to get Joe Fixit. And there's some cool covers for this one.
Well, he's wearing a blue suit. Does that count?
No. Blue Hulk is different.
Well, the great thing about this title is that the Hulk is in Vegas. He's Joe Fixit, man, and he has to work with Kingpin. So something's going on with Kingpin. Spider-Man's in town. Let's see where this takes us. So that's Joe Fixit. Another title that should be hot in your radar, and I know Comics by the Bay, you were talking about whether you weren't sure if you were going to pick up this book. I'm going to tell you now that you got to pick up this book, simply because Scarlet Witch number 1 is extremely important to pick up, because somebody's making their debut in this book. And Josh, can you tell me who that person is?
So finally, someone who has been in the MCU since pretty much the beginning of the modern MCU.
Yeah,
we're finally getting
part of Phase 1.
Exactly, Darcy Lewis in a comic book. So this is it. This is the key of keys.
This is the key. And what's great about this book, not only are we getting Darcy Lewis finally showing up in the MCU, what's great about this book is that it's written by Steve Orlando, right? Moraldo's Midnighter. But more importantly, Sarah Pichelli is doing the art, man.
Yes, the interiors. Yep.
So, and it's the interiors. So yeah, you got to get this book for that reason, right? It didn't take that much. I told you, man. Also, there are some great covers for this book.
Yes.
This book has numerous colors. I'm going to go ahead and showcase some of these books for you guys so you could see the books. And let's take a look at it right here. Perfect. So we have a few covers here. It's not 27 not 27 books, but only time will tell. Now, the ones I will pick, I'll keep an eye on. Yeah, there are some sexy variants. I'll keep an eye on the Tau version,
Yeah.
right, which is this one right here. Okay. That's what you actually picked up, but you picked up the regular, not the version, right?
No, I can't afford the version, but yeah, the regular Ivan Tao was one of those I got.
1 in 100 Ivan Tao version is there. So that's there. That's coming out. Then we have the is Laraz, I believe it is. There you get that cover. That's a nice cover there. Personally, Adam Hughes cover, man. Adam Hughes, man. Adam Hughes.
I think this one's going to be popular as well.
Right? Look at that. We got Ant-Man, you got the Wasp, you got Power Man, you got Iron Man. Look at where's Vision in this image? The one person that's missing.
Spoilers, maybe, for the story.
You know? You got some more great covers. Look at this one. That's cool. The way this is, let's see, Luisino Barelo.
I think that might be a retailer.
Might be a retailer, but it's a nice cover. I like how he did the hair with the stars. So those really good books there. All right, let's get back to our list here. And
but just I'll just add the A cover is also great. So there's something for everyone.
So the A cover, which you see right there, is the Sarah Pacelli cover. So again, great book. Another book that should be hot on your radar. I know we talked about 2 books. Spider-Man issue 4. What's the significance behind this book? Well, the end of the Spider-Verse.
Does anything really end?
Is it really the end of the Spider-Verse, especially when the movie is coming out called Across the Spider-Verse?
Right.
What does that mean?
I think we might have to read this sarcastically. The end of the Spider-Verse,
Yes. Well, is it truly the end, or will things ever be the same again?
Exactly. Yeah. No, they might be giving it a rest. I mean, Spider-Verse has been going on for 8 years. So
Longer.
Far longer than that. So it might be time to give it. I think this is the 3rd Spider-Verse. I'll call it a movement. Spider-Verse movement.
The Spider-Verse movement.
Yeah, we can let it rest for a little bit. We'll come back to it later.
Well, it also features numerous characters, so a lot of the characters from the Spider-Verse. But this is Dan Slott working on with Mark Bagley, and Dan Slott was the guy who came up with the Spider-Verse. Initially, he came up with the idea of the Spider-Verse, and
he's done a lot of other things as well.
Yeah, so everybody talks about his Spider-Verse. So, oh well. So. Who knows what happens? Let's see if it truly ends. All right. Also coming up, another big book that you need to check out, and that's Captain America: Sentinel of Liberty, issue number 8. Now, Josh, I'm not sure if you are familiar with why this book has some potential for being a hotkey.
Nope. Not following
I'll tell you right now. So this is going to feature a new character, but not just any character, a new version of MODOK.
Cool.
So we're gonna get a new introducing MODOK or Doc.
Oh.
So get rid of the K, and now we're gonna substitute it with a C. So MODOK, the mental organism designed only for control. That's happening. Sentinel of Liberty issue 8. You're gonna have to pick it up. It's gonna feature a nice little appearance by Emma Frost, because why not? Why not throw out Emma Frost in there? But that's what makes this book so important, because it is going to feature a updated version of MODOK, but now with a C, not with a K. So I would pick that book up just for the sake of that happening. So, guys, tell your friends, man, and not to mention, tell your friends to go watch the channel. We got 4 people. We need 6 people to get that giveaway, man. So Avengers 64, the continuation of the Avengers Assemble storyline keeps going on. Captain Marvel 45, Secret Invasion issue number 3. X-Force 36. I actually like this character. This character looks creepy. X-Men Red issue number 10. Marauders issue number 10 as well. X-Men Legends issue number 5. Fantastic Four issue number 3, Gold Goblin issue number 3, and Planet Hulk World Breaker issue 3. I decided to put the 3s together. It just made sense to put them together. Why not?
Always 3 there are.
Yeah. And you have 3 books. Right. And of course, Star Wars issue 30, the only Star Wars book this week. And Ultraman, The Mystery of the Ultra 7 issue number 5. And those are your Marvel books. Now, wait, did I skip? I didn't put the number in. Oh, well.
Well, I'll keep count.
DC Comics has 7 titles this week.
There you go.
7 titles for DC Comics. They're all Batman based.
Batman
all
sells.
7 titles are Batman based. But most notably, the most important one out of this list, I'm going to say, is Batman 131, which is a new story. So this is a new story arc by Chip Zdarsky. First of all, Failsafe was great. It was a great story. It continues to be good. A lot of things happen. Spoiler alert, something happens to Batman that he will never be the same again.
Whoa.
But let's slight spoiler for you guys. There's no Batman. What's going to happen? And what's important about this book, again, it continues the story arc of Chip Zdarsky. Zdarsky. Oh, there goes the bots. The bots are in.
They do not count towards the 10, guys.
They don't count. They don't count. All right. The bots are in. All right. We do have Miguel Mendoza who's going to do it. Now, there is a variant book that I want to pick out from this list from Batman 131. The variant book I want to pick out is the 1 in 100 Joe Quesada variant. Now, Joe Quesada has always been a fan favorite of mine, and this is the cover. Happy New Year, Edwin. Look at that. Edwin counts as 6. Edwin, if you get 4 more people to watch the show right now, we're going to do a giveaway. So check that one out. Look at that cover. See, Joe Quesada, when he wants to draw, he could draw.
You think he has time nowadays?
No, he's making a movie. He has less time now. But look how awesome it has that Frank Miller vibe to it as well. But then again, his style always had that Frank Miller vibe to it. So that's the book that I'm looking forward to. There is a color version, and this is the 1 in 100 Insanity. So I'll try to get it, but I think Debbie's not gonna be happy if I do it. Unless I win it from somebody. So if somebody wants to give me the book, I'll gladly take it. All right. Batman Night Watch issue 5. That's your Batman book for your children. Gotham City Year 1, issue number 4. Dax Knight. I had a typo there. Dax Knight of Steel.
It's a new title.
It's a new title. Issue number 5. Look, this was the technicality. This was Batman base. He's in the book, but you have like the Trinity. So it's still Batman. All right. Poison Ivy issue number 8. Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, issue number 4. That cover looks sick. Right. And all the Lee Bergamino covers are amazing, but this one looks sick. All right. And Sword of Azrael, issue number 6. And those are your DC books. Image has a couple of books coming out too. They have the same amount that they had last week. We have 9 titles. I put Image and I put Skybound together. I'm not really picking on them. I see an Image logo. It's an Image book. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about that. So at Image Comics, we have Spawn 337. Right? 337 issue of Spawn. That's a nice cover. I like that cover. Radiant Pink issue number 2. Another book that you might want to keep your eye on is The Magic Order issue number 3. Mark Millar is going to do the Millerverse again. So keep an eye on these books that he's doing. That's one that's coming out this week. Also coming out this week, Kaya number 4. Nita Hart's Nightmare Blog issue number 11 for those of you who love horror books. Unnatural Blue Bloods issue number 5. Right? Scotch McDurran's Holiday Party. I think this is the delayed book because I do remember this book from previous editions, right? So what's up, Eli Artist? How you doing? All right. Stillwater issue number 17, and The Walking Dead Deluxe Edition issue number 54. Right, and those are your books for Image Comics. Now, as far as our indie titles go, again, it's a light week for indie books as well. IDW has 5 titles. Atlantic Press has 3 titles. Boom Studios has 3 titles. Unfortunately, Aftershock is claiming bankruptcy, but they do have 3 titles still scheduled. So hopefully we'll get those titles out. We hope that everything works out with them, and doesn't necessarily mean that they're over. You're just not going to see a lot of stuff coming from them for a while. Oni Press has 2 titles. Dynamite Entertainment also has 2 titles. So let's take a look at what's out for IDW. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Armageddon Game, The Alliance issue number 3. Earth Divers number 4. Sonic the Hedgehog 56. Star Trek issue number 3. And My Little Pony issue number 8. Those are your books for IDW. Antarctic Press has Horror Comics issue 18, Unprep issue number 5, and not to be confused with DC's Punchline special number 1. I think we have a problem here. I saw that and I was like, wait a minute, that's not Punchline.
Yeah. But well, I wonder if there's any retailers that might get confused and put it in the DC section. Might help sales.
It might help sales. We'll see. All right, Boom Studios has 2 books that are actually worth checking out. Mosley, issue number 1, Magic the Gathering, issue 22, and the other book is The Approach, issue number 3. You had these books picked out for yourself as well?
I have the one you didn't mention. I have the middle book picked out.
Well, I think it was because Comics by the Bay picked out The Approach. So that's what it was. So those are books that are picked out. Now, Mosley is a book that I do have some interest in. It's an interesting title, right? It's a sci-fi blockbuster. Fans of God and Country and Ghost Cage, as they put it. Can a man bring down a corporate powers who've used their vast influence to oppress an all too complacent human race? Sounds very, cliche as far as stories go. We've heard stories similar to that. But it is one of the books. This is a first issue of Boom Studios. Boom Studios usually does some really good titles. So it's worth checking out. Magic the Gathering 22, The Approach issue number 3. Now, The Approach was one of those books that also I heard some stuff about with The Approach. So that's from Boom Studios. I think it was Comic by the Bay who mentioned it. And I'm interested in it just because of that cover. Look at that cover. All right, look at that thing. So who knows what's to think about that book? It's just it has that Stranger Things vibe to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. We might get some, some cool plot developments.
Yes.
As well.
Yes. All right. So that's Boom Studios. Over at Aftershock, God rest their soul. Calculated Man issue number 4. Where Starships and Aftershock go to die. Issue number 5.
Oh, man.
Too soon, guys. Too soon. Sorry.
Way too soon. The ink has not even dried.
I love Aftershock. Don't get me wrong. I think they have some great titles, but I'm worried that we will never see them again. Astronaut Down issue number 5 is also scheduled to come out this week. Please, let us get some let us save Aftershock. All right, but yes. Those three books are all scheduled to come out this week. Oni Press has 2 books. Rick and Morty versus what? Chachula?
Cthulhu.
Yeah, you got it. Amen to you, brother. All right. Action journalism. Issue
Bless
number
me.
4. Over at Dynamite, Vampirella versus Rensorium, issue number 3. And Purgatory Must Die, issue number 1. All right, so I'm amazed. Dynamite has 2 titles, guys.
People love like this Vampirella versus Red Sonja. This is like a Batman versus Superman crossover right here. People love this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now conspicuous by their absence, there are no Scout comics scheduled for this week.
Maybe they're scouting ahead for next week.
Right? Who knows? Maybe we'll have like 30 books for Scout Comics next week. Who knows?
Right? Just all show up at once.
over at Black Mass Studios. This is a book that people there's some buzz behind this book, and I think you got just to say the name. I'm only gonna say it once. Gangsta Ass Barista.
It's like the most Bronx title ever, right?
Yes, she works in a Starbucks, and she's a badass. That's it. That's all I gotta say. So for anyone who wants a Starbucks comic book, this is the book for you guys over at Black Mass Studio. Go check them out. Rogue State issue number 2 is also going to be scheduled to come out this week. Now, a book that has some buzz behind it, and you definitely should check it out, and that is From Ablaze, Children of the Black Sun. That book is worth checking out. The concept is very creepy. So it's one night in a day. It's almost kind of like a sci-fi version of what's it called? Damn, the name's escaping me. What's that movie where they could kill everybody in one day?
Oh, The Purge?
The Purge. The Purge.
Yeah.
Yes, there it is, The Purge. So think about a sci-fi version of a purge that one day a year the sun goes black. Now, it doesn't go black like an eclipse. It goes black for the entire day. And what ends up happening is people lose their minds on this day. Also, the children that are born on this day come out with their white skin. They got white hair. They come out looking like powder, right? And they may have some deformities as well. So this story is based around a concept like that, which is pretty clever. I'm curious to see what it's about. Go check that book out. It's from Ablaze Comics, Children of the Black Sun. Also from Ablaze Comics, Family Time, because it's always family time. All right. Now, Dark Horse only has one title this week, and that's Spy Super number 1. All right. Bad Idea has Escape from Wyoming issue number 3. AWA Upshot has Troja issue number 1. And from Abstract Studios, The Parker Girls issue number 4. All right, and I think that's the list for this week. Actually, it's not a heavy list, so any good books from that list that you saw?
There's a lot of horror and mystery that doesn't really interest me. Not into the gore as much, but it does. I'll just add in a word about Aftershock Comics. It seems like they tried to emulate the Mark Miller concept of writing for movies.
Yeah,
and it doesn't seem to have worked out so far. But
no, it did it.
Best wishes. I hope all the creators in particular get paid, and that they're able to recover.
Agree. All right, so now let's start let's get our list ready. So I have a very small list this week. What about you?
Yeah, same. I picked up multiple covers of, I think, Scarlet Witch, but other than that, it was just there was a couple of books that I had been following that dropped off. So Secret Invasion, you lost me. I think there was one more that I read two issues, and it's time to move on. So a little bit
time to move on.
Yeah,
the invasion is over, guys. Now I'm having difficulties here. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. I was having difficulties with my screens. Of course, this is what happens when you have 3 screens.
You're like, ooh.
Yeah, Eli, I like this live end format. I got your subscriber here. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Eli. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see our polls. Yeah, Powder is an old movie. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our poll list for this week, our picks for this week. This is what I'm going to go ahead and show you guys right from my list there. So as you can see here, I do have a couple of variants in my list, so I'm just going to zoom in so you can see what I picked. Now, I picked them because of either the cover or because of the title in itself. And of course, Avengers 64, the 1/100 Art Germ cover. It's a Virgin cover. It's a Phoenix cover. Why am I gonna? Enough said. That's all I gotta say about that, right? Batman 131, I'm going to pick up the book, but I'm very interested in picking up the Joe Quesada variants. Cover B is free, but the black and white is 1 in 100. So, of course, everybody's going to want that one. Key book from Marvel Comics is going to be Captain America Sentinel of Liberty issue number 8. Of course, the first appearance of MODOK. Doc, not Duck. Doc.
What's up, MODOK?
MODOK. All right. Children of the Black Sun, issue number 1 from Ablaze Comics. I definitely am interested in picking up that one just because of a barista, man. Why not? Get a barista. Gangster Ass Barista, issue number 1 from Black Mass Studio. Joe Fixit, number 1. Also interested in the 1 in 25 Sinar variant because I love that cover. That's a pretty cool cover to me. And as well as Scarlet Witch, issue number 1. The one I liked, the cover I did enjoy was the David Nakayama cover B. I thought that was a cool cover. Spider-Man number 4. And I did like the John Cassidy homage issue, which I thought was really cool. It's a cool cover. And of course, the Tony Daniel Unknown Comics exclusive variant B. Ooh, Unknown Comics. I'm interested in Spy Super number 1, just because. And Trojan number 1. I'm also interested in that book from AEW. So those are my picks. Let's go ahead and take a look at what you want, what you're getting, Josh.
Yeah, I definitely tried to pick out the covers I'm actually going to get instead of just hitting pull for this week's list, which I'll try to do moving forward. So Batman, of course, Grit and what's that title?
Grits and Gears.
Grit and Gears. You
gotta find that book first.
Yeah, I don't know if it's actually coming out this week. So I might have to hunt this one down. It might be delayed, not sure. Yeah. But if anyone knows where to get it, let me know. Of course, Joe Fixit. There's also an interesting cover that a couple of books have a cover of like peeking through the window shades. It didn't say it connects, but it kind of looks like it connects. So yeah,
because there's a Scarlet Witch one, there's a Joe Fixit one that they're just peeking through the windows. I don't know if there's what's the theme behind it.
Yep. The Magic the Gathering covering. I don't know why the image is not here. You can find the image online, but it looks really cool. So that's the one I went with. Picking myself up a blank of Scarlet Witch for future usage and the Ivan Tao variant. And then the last book on this list is that Star Wars, and that's the Clone Wars variant of Obi-Wan flying through Coruscant.
Yeah, 20th anniversary as well.
Yep.
Good stuff. All right, guys. We didn't make it. We didn't hit our 10 viewers at one shot.
Everyone needs to tag their friends.
Yeah, if we got a few minutes, if you guys could get 10 viewers, we'll do the giveaway. I'll do the giveaway right now. But I need 10 viewers, man. 4 people. Come on, leave me a comment. Say like and subscribe. All that fun, good stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, I think it's time for Josh's spec of the week.
And what is your spec of the week, sir? I gotta get you a little video, right?
Graphic.
I gotta get you a nice graphic.
So I don't have anything really spicy. Nothing super amazing. I just think it's got to be Scarlet Witch, right? It's the number 1. Got a bunch of covers. I think the price ceiling is a little bit low just because I think it's very obvious everyone's going to want this as it's coming out. There might be some second printings to look into, but I think everyone's going to want at least one copy of this book.
Yeah, I think for me, it's going to be the Captain America book. Right? The Captain America Sentinel Olivia, the new MODOK, especially since there's speculation that he is in Ant-Man Quantumania, which is coming out in about a month. Would you believe that? It's in 1 month.
The 2023 is here, and these movie releases are sneaking up on us.
I know, right? So with that said, I think it's time to say bye-bye. We're about to hit that 1 hour mark. I see that 3 people are watching. Nate's trying, man. Look at Nate's trying to get 3-4 accounts. Well, Nate, give me at least.
Why do you have 4 YouTube accounts? No judgment here.
No judgment here, man. I know why, but that's a different story. Anyway, guys, before we let you go, I just want to let everyone know that I do have a Patreon account. You could go ahead and subscribe to my Patreon, where I'm going to be doing a lot of exclusive information. There's a lot of stuff happening in the pipeline, and I'm going to share that information with you guys very shortly. I am getting ready to do some new videos. In fact, I'm making the announcement right now that I'm going to put a hold on any of my other shows. So the only show that you're going to see live is going to be the Comics Pull List with Josh. But the reasoning behind it is because I do have some big plans coming up very, very soon that I am very happy to share with you guys coming up. All right. BCW, get 10% off of BCW supplies. If you use the promo code Izzy first, you'll be able to take advantage of that. There is a link in the description. Also, if you're searching for comic books and you need to go to a retailer, you can go to ComicXposure and you get 15% off if you use the promo code Izzyverse. He has a lot of good books. There are some exclusive books there as well. So you can go get your 15% off with promo code Izzyverse. And finally, I'd like to give a shout out to VidIQ, because they're the ones that help me get this channel and recognized, get it known. And if you haven't used VidIQ to help yourself out with tags, with, coming up with good thumbnails, generating titles, VidIQ is a great place for that. So go check out VidIQ. There is a QR code right there, so you could just scan it if you're watching. All right. And I see Nate. He has 8, to be honest.
We appreciate your honesty.
And there goes Ralph. He says no. I don't know what Ralph is saying no to, because that's what happens. But we have 6 people watching the stream right now. So you know what? Should we do it, Josh? Should we? You guys tell me if now we have 5 people. Somebody left.
They're like, no giveaway. I'm out of here.
If you want the giveaway right now, let me know in the chat right now. Just say, give me the giveaway, and we'll do the giveaway. I want to see if we get somebody. I have to wait 20 seconds because that's how long it takes. Make that 7. Well, he said 7. There's 5 right now. Sorry. No, he's starting. Nate is starting. He's like, I gotta log into everything.
No. I think he's saying he doesn't have 8 YouTube accounts. He only has 7.
Oh, now he has 7.
Yeah, maybe one of them got suspended because his FBI agent
because he said that online. He's like, he found you, Nate.
The algorithm got to you.
Look at this one. He has 777. That's a lot of subscribers, Ralph. And there's no bit in Apple Television going on right now. It's 7:30, and you guys are watching my show.
Maybe they're restreaming us.
No, I'm logged in on 5.
We are all Nathan.
Look at this one. Now he has to throw in the 666 now. Oh, there's not that type of show, Ralph.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're gonna hold on to the giveaway till next week, so that way we could share that information to everyone. Yep, look at that. They're on holiday after the holidays. Ralph is on holiday after the holidays. The holidays are over, Ralph.
I mean, it's a holiday somewhere all the time, right?
Well, today's a holiday. Like I said, my daughter went to school today. So
give away.
So look, so Hakeem is like, giveaway. Well, get me 4 more people to log in. Today is a holiday. It's a technicality, Ralph. Today's really not a holiday.
I mean, I didn't work.
Eli wants to give away.
So you know what today really is? We're observing New Year's Day today, although it's not actually New Year's Day. So we're observing New Year's Day.
Yeah, that's what they want to say.
But I do want to add something else. Definitely, maybe you guys are already doing this. You're sending them to Izzy, but let us know what comic books you're interested in for the coming weeks. Things you're excited to pull, and we'll be happy to talk about it with you.
Yeah, so whatever books you're interested in, it does help us out knowing which books that you want to hear about. So go check that out. There's a lot of places to go see books. Whatever you're interested in goes in. Look at everybody wants the giveaway now. All right, so this is how it's gonna work. Okay, we'll do it. I'll do the giveaway today. Why not?
So generous.
I know, right? So let me go ahead and show you guys the tool. So here's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna give you the moment to go ahead and put hashtag Joe Fixit. That's gonna be the hashtag for today. You put in Joe Fixit, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a drawing, and I'm gonna give away a character that's sometimes Joe Fixit, and that's this Hulk issue number 6. I'm going to give it away to the winner. So we're going to do that drawing. So all you got to do is put your hashtag Joe Fixit in the comments, and that will get you the opportunity to do it. So there goes Nathan with his first. So all 6 characters are Nathan. All right. So we got we got 2. So we got Nathan. He got the first one, Axio Alexandria. Do you really think Axio Alexandria is a real person? I'm just curious. Or is that
on the internet? We're all real.
So we got 2 entries for a Joe Fixit. Oh, come on. If there's 6 people watching, we need to have more than 2 entries. So put Joe Fixit, hashtag Joe Fixit, and you put it in the comments, and you will be entered in to win the drawing. Oh, I see 3. There goes Rafael Tavares Jr.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he's a junior.
Well, Rafael Tavares Sr. is out there somewhere.
Somewhere.
But I'll tell you what, next week, I'm going to do a giveaway. And it's
Look at
going to be a Spider-Man book. So
ooh,
show up. But it's got to be, we're upping the ante. You got to get 15 people in here.
Okay,
Otherwise,
so tell your friends.
No giveaway.
Yeah. Oh, that we got Guardian Knight 2. I wonder who that is. Okay, we got 5 entries. We're getting there. Let's see who's next.
Can I enter? Is it too late?
You want to win the book? Go
So
for it. If you could get a chance to put it in, go for it.
Well,
Let's see
I'm
what
not
happens.
watching on YouTube. I'm not one of the viewers, so I
How we
can't
gonna
even
do this?
chat.
I got 5 entries for Joe Fixit. Only 5 people have put in, and we got 6 people watching. So I don't know who's number 6. So you
You're
got to
number
put
6.
I'm not watching myself. All right, we got Eli Artist, Joe Fixit. We got 6 entries. Can we get number 7? Can we get a 7th entry? Is that a possibility to get a 7th entry? I don't know. Let's see.
I say you run it. You snooze, you lose. That's my.
You snooze, you lose. All right, so let's do this. Let's run the drawing. Who's gonna win? Nate. So if Nate wins, it's a recount. My private account is number 7. All right, let's run the drawing here. Let's see who wins. And the winner is
Axios. Congratulations.
Axio Alexandria. Please hit me up in Instagram. And Nathan's like, no.
Wasn't one of his.
Congratulations, Axio. And now we look, Nate's numbers are falling. Axio Alexandra, hit me up on Instagram, and we could discuss how you could get this giveaway book. Congratulations. And with that being said, the baby's already crying.
Baby's like, that's it. It's over.
That's it. It's over. All right. Josh, where can we find you?
You can find me on Whatnot at Josh Cabrera. You can find me on Instagram, Cabrera_Josh. And I have a show tomorrow night on One Night, so I'll see you there.
Yeah, go check out Josh's Whatnot. Make sure we get the link for it so we can put it on the description for you guys. And you could do the show. And don't forget, man, just because I got to show you what we got here. Oh, look, now we got the Bitten Apple one. Hi, wasn't joking. Well, Axio Alexandra, you are our winner. So go ahead and hit me up on Instagram at IzzyVerseNYC. Oh, now we got 10 viewers.
No way. You're kidding. Maybe it's just a delay.
Well, next week we're gonna have another giveaway, so please make sure you check out the channel next week. We're gonna be doing a Spider-Man giveaway. Josh has a Spider-Man book that he's gonna give away, so that's gonna be happening next week. So make sure you go to Whatnot, and again, as I told you guys, if you use this QR code, you get $15 off your Whatnot purchase. And if you just buy something worth $15, then that's it. You get it free of charge. You know what I'm saying? And will you have any giveaways tomorrow?
There's always giveaways on my show.
There's always a giveaway on the show.
I'm literally trying to give away my collection to everyone.
There you go. Awesome. All right, guys. Now you know where to find me. I'm all over Instagram. I'm in Twitter. I'm in YouTube, of course. IzzyVerseNYC. Until next time, Excelsior.